Welcome to another episode of You,
Me,
and the Flea.
Woohoo!
Happy Thursday.
We have
Today,
guest
there's an
in
elephant in
house.
the room. We have a guest today, and we hope the Flea fam can give us a warm welcome for this special guest, Dominic, today. Dominic, thanks for being
joining
here.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you. And so you might be thinking, what the heck is this guy doing here? And we are starting a little series called First Impressions. So we will be talking with a variety of people in our lives, random people we've met, and bringing them to the flea market. Right, Rachel?
That's right. If you want a fun day out with your two favorite shorties,
Yes. Drop a comment
drop
below.
a comment because you can come hang out with us for a day.
Yeah. Or, I mean, torture, however you look at it. But anyways, so we're excited to get to pick Dominic's brain today and talk with him about all things swap, everything that you saw. So thanks for being here with us.
Thanks for having me, of course.
All right. So jumping right off, I mean, obviously, have you ever been to a flea market before?
I have. Hailing from North Carolina. There have been quite a few times that I've gone to your normal mom and pop regular flea markets here and there.
So cool.
In Goldsboro, North Carolina, if anyone's ever familiar with that place, very small town. Raleigh, North Carolina as well. There are quite a few across the state.
There definitely is. Wait, so are you from North Carolina?
I'm from North Carolina, born and raised. Actually, before I came here to Chicago, I actually lived in D.C. for 7 years, and they have their own little markets as well, which is pretty cool.
That is awesome. I mean, my first question is,
I
were
love
you a
how
kid?
each state too has like a market of some sort that's like, you know,
Well, I
unique
know.
to that like area, and
I know we have
what
to,
they have to offer is different than like
you'll
what we
definitely
have.
to divulge into like what it's like there. But my first question is like, were you a kid when you went?
Oh, yeah, definitely a kid. Pretty much, I always wanted the little toy cars.
Oh
and,
my gosh.
You know, the small trinkets that you could get as a kid, you know, Tonka toys. And if anyone is ever familiar with the Hess toys, you know, the Hess tractor trailers and the helicopters, for the people out there, if you know you have a child and you know what Hess is, that is now a child that is now an adult. You know what Hess is, man. Yeah, it's
what?
old, but yeah, absolutely.
Oh, cool. I've never even heard of those. Have
Me
you?
either. No,
Hess
I was
toys.
looking at you like, what?
Go to Google, look up Hess toys, and you'll probably figure out. You're like, oh, I've seen these
Noted.
before for sure. Gas station toys for sure.
Oh, okay, interesting. I love that. So, like, did you go with your family usually, or?
Oh yeah, it was definitely a family outing. I would say it was everyone hands on board. Usually it was after church. You know, we would go to the flea markets.
Oh yeah,
and just check out.
That sounds about right.
It was not only a family outing, but really it was more of like, all right, all the churchgoers would go to the flea market and like pick up things and just
Walk
hang
around,
out, so walk around. Yeah, for sure.
that's still kind of like
Yeah.
the vibe after church. I'm like, that woman in stilettos. I mean,
Okay.
she's got to be coming
Do you
from somewhere.
remember when
I know.
we were full dress and heels,
It's
and you were
hot
like,
asphalt, and this lady
it was
is
hot
like strutting.
out. Yeah, I was like, no.
But it was a churchgoer for
Yeah,
sure. She was dressed in the
definitely.
nines. Well, awesome. Okay, so we brought you to Swaparama. You've been to all 3 locations now,
Uh-huh.
so I think like let's kind of dive in. So I think I want to know like right off the bat, kind of what's your thoughts?
Yeah, like, okay. Do you want to know thoughts on each location or thoughts as swap as a whole?
Whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
break it
very
up.
like be raw and unhinged. Okay.
I'll start off with
But
swap.
nice.
Yeah,
well,
clearly.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, exactly. I'll go with swap as a whole, to start with. Yeah. I think coming from North Carolina, where, you see it not put all together, if that makes any sense. It's kind of just bringing their old wares and things such as that. Things here and there. And you may find a couch, used couch or something, kind of a sketchy couch. So if we're talking about unhinged, might be a sketchy couch there. Where you're like, should I buy this? Not sure what it's been used for. Did it come out of the
This
college
has
dorm?
some wear and tear.
Exactly. Lightly used? I don't think so. Coming to swap was actually pretty cool because not only is it very organized, but there are a lot of booths that you see that really have things that you've never seen before.
Cool.
So I think that was really the biggest thing, especially going to, Ashland Ave when it's hot outside,
Oh yeah.
you see a lot of different people. You see a lot of different items, but it's also you see a lot of different personalities and attitudes and things such as that, where everyone seems like they're having a great time.
Yeah.
Alsip is also a great one as well. I think, at the same time, the biggest thing that I noticed was the big water tower that said Alsip
yeah.
on it.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember asking Christina and I
Staple.
think Rachel, I was like, oh yeah, y'all have a water tower? And Christina was like, no, that's not ours. Like, that is the city's.
the city's, yeah.
But yeah, overall, I think like I said, at the same time, I think it's a really cool thing to go to each individual ones.
Yeah.
And then also be able to really understand how each one differs from each other.
Yeah.
In terms of demographic, diversity, and also the items that are there
yeah.
that cater to the people that go. So
Yeah.
very, very cool first impression there.
Definitely. That is so interesting. I would say the same exact thing, really.
Yeah.
I mean, the vibes are like overall similar. Like it's similar in terms of like they're vibrant at every single one, but like each one has a different like tone and texture.
Yep.
Oh,
if
yeah,
that makes
absolutely.
sense, right? Like I love it. And the people. So like,
It's different too, because like if you want something that's like a little bit more relaxed and chill, like you could go to Melrose Park.
yeah.
You know?
Well, yeah, that one's just like organic. It's just like smaller, so that you're gonna get that feel no matter
Yeah, it's
what.
very,
You know,
very
it's
intimate
more
there
intimate.
at Melrose, for sure.
Were there any like booths that stood out to you, whether it was like products or like just people like setting up super cool or
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Valentina. I would say the vendors in the booths that sell Valentina and similar sauces and similar spices and things such as that, I think are great. But also at the same time, the funniest thing are the women's clothing.
yeah.
Now, obviously, I don't wear women's clothing for all the people out there
that
that are
drew
listening.
your
Oh,
attention.
thank you. Yeah.
But at the same time, I think the coolest thing was that there are so many different types of women's clothing that you
Yeah.
can purchase there that look really good.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think those are really the coolest booths. And then the third biggest booth is I'm a huge tech nerd. I love speakers. I love music. The electronics that you can get there, the speakers that you can get there are booming. Speakers, as Rachel would like to say, the speakers are speakering.
So, talking about like items, what are some of your favorite items that you've bought so far, or that you're looking for, on the hunt for? Like, let's talk shopping now.
Yeah, love shopping.
Yeah.
And shopping at Swap is always a great experience and always interesting as well.
Yeah.
Really, some of the things that I'm looking for and some of the things that I found was that Dickies jacket.
Oh yeah,
The
that's a good
Dickies
one.
vest, and considering it was getting cold or colder during that time,
Yeah.
perfect vest. Actually, very comparable, if not better, than going to Dickies itself, which was awesome.
Yeah.
And then also, I would say the high vis vest.
Oh my gosh.
Listen.
Yeah.
The styles that you see out here right now in the world, if you wear a high vis vest and you put it with some boots. High visibility vest, so it's like the construction.
Oh yeah, the
tool.
construction
Swear.
one.
You can put that together and pull it off.
Yeah.
I'd be impressed. Listen,
Yeah.
you can put together almost any dang outfit you can.
Yes, sir.
I think some of the things that I'm looking for would be, I'm hopefully buying a new car, so maybe a good subwoofer set, or
Car
some car accessories, some
Yeah.
speakers as well. Those are some of the things I've been looking for.
Nice.
And they're there, but got to get the car first. So we're
One
working
step
on
at a
it.
time. Well, and just so you know, I mean, cleaning product. I think we buy like a lot of day-to-day things that we
Yeah.
forgot. We forget, but yeah, all of that stuff adds up too. So that's nice.
It's expensive.
What do you think? Like, if there's any, do you think that there's any like improvements, like off the top of your head, that like, man, like this is really awesome, but X, Y, Z would elevate it.
That's a really good question. Honestly, considering what I have seen and what I've witnessed, what a typical flea market would look like from my past, and then coming to Swap, y'all have done an outstanding job, and Swap's done an outstanding job
Nice.
of really showcasing themselves as the flea market within
Wow.
the area and across the contiguous 48. So Props to y'all. I truly, truly, truly don't have any improvements, and I'm always looking for,
Yeah.
a reason to be like, things could be improved there. But no, Swap has done an outstanding job, I will say.
Nice. That's, wow, one of the best compliments we could receive.
Yeah.
And it's an ongoing thing, and it's so hard sometimes because, right, like there are some random vendors that come just for the day or something that could really throw the dynamic off or throw the flea off. And like, we try
don't want anyone fleed up.
No, exactly. So it's like we work really hard to keep at least the foundation there. And so then when there are those hiccups or one-offs, like we're able to like kind of maintain and drive that. And that's really sweet.
That's awesome.
So thank you. What about food? Have you tried food? What do we think?
Oh, man. Let me tell you about the food, all right?
First off, what have you tried?
I have tried many different things, from the
Well,
peach
let's hear 'em.
rings, the spiced peach rings.
Ooh.
Outstanding.
That was like with the tahini
tahini on it. The tacos are outstanding, authentic tacos. Onion, cilantro, meat. That's all you need. You don't have to overcomplicate a taco. I've also had the quesadillas as well. I think I had the quesadillas at Alsip, if I'm not mistaken, and that was actually outstanding as well. Obviously, you have your Mexican Sprite, Mexican Coke, which the carbonation is
supreme.
Next to none. And then
Say
also
less.
it's a cool looking thing.
We also had those
Mexican Sprite, Mexican
amazing,
Cokes,
not shaved ice. They were like
Oh yeah, the shaved ice. It was
like
kind
a-
of like
it
a
was like
shaved
a
ice.
huge
Yeah,
ice.
it was huge.
fire.
Huge.
Oh yeah.
Huge.
The blue raspberry, it was like remember 100 degrees out that day?
Oh yeah.
Well, don't they put like a michelada kind of thing on the
No,
rim? Or
that's
no, you
not
didn't get
all
that?
of them.
Okay.
This was just like the regular
You can get one
icy,
like that.
shaved
Yeah,
ice. Yeah.
I've seen that.
It's so good. Like you almost have to fight somebody for them because like the line is around the corner. It's straight up awesome.
We once like the weather gets nice, we have to go back to the Alsip location and get a Polish dog.
Get a Polish.
That's like one
You
of
need
the
some Polish in your life.
I've had one, but I only say this because like recently someone in the comments was like, I go for the Polish, and I'm like, honestly, I haven't had a
Same.
flea Polish in a long time.
Is it seasonal?
No, I mean
Oh,
they're
it's
here.
usually
Yeah, they're
there.
every
Okay.
time. Yeah, but like our Alsip
like
location has like more of an Americana base. Like they have the taco stand as well, which we've eaten at,
Mm-hmm.
but we haven't dabbled in the other one, which they have like shaved potatoes, like with
No,
with
we
like
have
cheese
not.
sauce and
No.
we haven't hit that up.
Why?
Funnel cakes.
Listen,
Yeah.
If you give me a funnel cake at
like
Swap,
carnival
you're
food.
going to be rolling me out of there for sure. Absolutely.
Well, no, we want to make like good finger food so you can shop and explore while you dine.
Exactly.
Okay.
Duh.
Duh. No, awesome. Are you like a handmade kind of guy? And what do you think about like a lot of the stuff there that's like, special crafted, or the entrepreneurs that do that?
Yeah, I think it's really cool. Big DIY guy here.
Nice.
I'm no stranger to Lowe's and Home Depot. Honestly, coming from North Carolina, we work a lot of times. It's blue collar workers. You
Yeah.
work a lot with your hands. Going to Swap and viewing the handcrafted pottery is really really cool. The vases there, the planters that you have are super cool.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the coolest things there. The pottery that you see is really impressive. It's very ornate, very intricate. It looks like it's made with, honestly, as cliche as it sounds, a lot of love.
Yeah.
And a lot of care as well.
Love that. What if,
Plus, I like that you can like buy so many things there and like literally redo them and make them your own.
Oh yeah.
Like, hello, the basket in my living room.
yeah. No, for sure. And I love that too, that like so many people try. I know like that one time we went to Alsip and we just like walked in and the guy selling like the flavored dog bones.
The flavored
right?
dog
It's like-
bones, yeah.
It's just so cool because it's like, I'm sure that individual like sells somewhere other than the flea and just was like, hey, you know what? I'm going to set
Yeah.
up this weekend. Like,
It was also very knowledgeable about them. I actually
So
learned a lot
cool.
from
Yeah.
that particular vendor for sure.
yeah, I was actually, it leads to my next question. Like, what do you think about like vendors, the visitors? Have you had any connections that are noteworthy?
Yeah, so it's a very diverse community at Swap, and I would say not only are the items that you can find, it's more so the idea of the vendor knows what they're selling.
Yeah.
You know, say for instance, if you go into a big box store like a Walmart or a Target, and you're really asking, hey, like, what do you know about X, Y, and Z for this particular item? Is it compatible with this? Does it work with this? Let's take, for instance, the electronics or an electronics vendor at Swap. He's like, all right, you need this, you need this, you need this to go with what you're purchasing in order for it to work. So the vendors are not only very knowledgeable, but also very friendly as well. And I think that's the coolest thing.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, and
Even the swap people who work at each location, like the swap workers, you know, I can't say enough good things about all of them. It doesn't matter if you're at LSIP. It doesn't matter if you're at Melrose Park. It doesn't matter if you're at Ashland Ave. Everyone who works for swap at those locations is so knowledgeable, so friendly, so eager to help, and it's always a good experience.
Yeah, I will say, I think like the kudos to the employees is because
Definitely.
like they definitely they want to get to know people.
Yeah, for
you know
sure.
what I mean? Like they
'cause
love.
it,
Yeah,
you can tell it's like a very like, even though there's so many vendors and so many visitors, it's so like family oriented,
Yeah.
where it's like everyone still knows everybody.
yeah,
You know?
exactly. And like to your point, it's like not only do they know exactly where, like if I'm like, oh, I'm looking for black t-shirts, literally there will be an employee that's like,
Go to
booth number
Yep.
this, this,
Yep.
this, this, and
Oh,
this.
yeah.
But this guy
Yeah.
has better quality, and this guy
this
has better
cheaper.
prices.
Yep.
Like it is so in depth, like how
Yep.
much like
They
details
pay attention.
know. Yeah. Or like
they're like a store directory.
no joke, and it's like crazy, and you can't really find that anymore. Like
Oh, no.
like to you're saying, like it's really hard to. Yeah, I don't know. Like you're right. And then I love too about like some of the vendors too, even like the ones that are selling like junk and trinkets and like random things. Like even they have like a story.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You
for
know what I
sure.
mean? Or like
Definitely.
where they got their stuff and like how much they love doing what they do, or
Yep.
like even if they hate it, like there's always like an engagement component, which I just love. You know, you're never like walking up somewhere and like getting like a cold feeling. So
Oh, yeah.
I agree.
totally agree with that.
yeah. What do you think about like diversity of products? Like, do you think there's kind of everything, or things are missing?
There is literally anything you can think of. I have seen items that I'm like, I have never seen this in my life before.
What is
Literally,
this?
what is this? And then the coolest thing about the vendors, going back to that, is that you ask them what it is, and they're like, oh, I X, Y, and Z from
Yeah.
here. This is what you use it for. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I may not have a use for that right now, but I really appreciate the knowledge there.
Yeah.
So yeah, you know, it's impressive. It's impressive. I will say, to say the least.
I immediately remembered when Rachel saw mole for the first time.
Mole, yes.
Oh my God. I was like,
Bowl, like humongous.
I'm like-
gallon size.
Christina's
bowl
like,
of
hey,
mole.
go over there and model with it. I'm like, what is this?
You first of all were like, what is that? And I'm
yeah, I
just
was
like,
not. I was
"It's
kind of
not what you
grossed
think."
out by it. I was like, wait a minute.
Wait, and then to find out you're like, that's mole? I freaking love mole.
Yeah.
See? The more you know.
The more you know.
The more you
The
know.
more you know. Okay, so anyways, what would you tell someone about Swap? What kind of would be,
Yeah.
you know, if someone was like, oh,
Asking like,
there's
oh,
a flea
hey,
market
yeah,
in Chicago. What's that like?
Yeah. And also another great question. I would really tell them, if you were looking for a sexy flea market, go there. I will say, because you're making the flea
Nice.
market sexy again. I love
Nice,
that.
nice.
I would also tell them, if you're looking for items on a budget for yourself or someone for maybe like a gift exchange or anything like that, those are also really useful. Swap is also a really useful place to go. And just also the environment and the vibe is actually fun to do. You can take people there. You can actually go there by yourself and also be able to, purchase your items and leave and come back and things such as that. But it's really just the personality. The atmosphere is really, really positive, and everyone's having a good time. And then you also come out with something that you may not have been looking for at that time. Personally, I love it because every time we all go and I go as well, it's definitely a great experience for sure.
I love that. I love the fact too that it's like when you're looking for something, like you just never know what you're gonna find. So it's like, yeah, just go.
Yeah.
Just give it a whirl.
Yeah.
And they're just so good about, a lot of vendors are so good about keeping up with trends.
Sure.
Like especially in like, I mean, how big are clips right now, for example? I'm just throwing that out there. And then we see like, oh, this person swapped out for all the clips now, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
But it's just so interesting. I love that. And then another thing too, like to pick your brain about, for someone who, we get a lot of comments about like people kind of, you know, used to grow up going to flea markets, which you mentioned you have. And it was always like, you know, a nostalgic experience for them. However, like back then they maybe got made fun of for going, or, you know, teased and bullied and kind of just being like, oh, you know, like it wasn't cool back then.
Right.
Obviously thrifting wasn't a thing. Secondhand wasn't a thing. This economy wasn't a thing. So, you know, we just get like kind of like these weird hate like messages sometimes where it's like, oh, you know, I would never go there, or I can't go there because I got bullied for going, whatever. Like what can you speak on to that?
Yeah. As someone who has, you know, grown up in I would say a single parent household where every dollar was allocated to a certain thing.
Yeah.
You know, going to flea markets and, you know, wearing clothes and thrifting such as that was really important to my family and really important to, you know, my household and working with my mother. Shout out to Mom. You know, she was a great one. So if you're out there listening as well, really appreciate you, Mom. Also,
we love our moms.
Also, happy birthday. We love our moms.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Big
Shout
6-0.
out.
Big 6-0.
Wow.
But no, gone are the days where the stigma of the flea market or the lightly used goods, because Swap even has new goods. And not only are you saving money, but you're getting a new item that's the same exact thing as in a big box.
Yeah.
Or you're getting a lightly used item as well that is basically the same, or if not the same, as a big box, and saving money. So I really encourage people to not be afraid to go to the flea, because, you know, just like we talked about the Dickies, the Dickies vest as well, it's brand new with tags. The amount of things that you see at Swap that you're saving money on
that are brand new with tags and a price tag is wild.
Come on.
Yeah.
I mean, it's basically a no-brainer. So, you know, that stigma, I think nowadays, because of the economy, people are starting to realize, hey, look, that particular jumpsuit or something like that is, you know, $100 more than going to Swap.
You're dumb.
Why would you do that?
Right.
Yeah,
exactly. All right. Switching things up a bit.
Sure.
What would you sell if you were a vendor?
Ooh. Very good question. To be honest with you, I would sell two different types of things.
Okay.
And they kind of go hand in hand. So maybe two different types of things.
Right.
Two similar things. I would sell electronics, because that's my bread and butter.
Yeah.
Big tech nerd for all the people out there. So, you know, really speakers, audio systems, computers, things that I was able to refurbish, or things that I've acquired that maybe I no longer need. And then also car parts.
Ooh,
You know, I think there was a time, if you correct me if I'm wrong, that a guy at which particular location used to do audio systems.
Oh yeah, they still do. Yeah,
Exactly. Used to do that. So I would do car parts, automotive parts, and really just try and help people with like, hey, if you need a new or a 90% charged battery or something like that, you know, be able to help out there.
I could see that with you.
Yeah.
That'd be really cool. Yeah. No, there's a ton of vendors that have like, you know, that have physical stores, and then on the weekends we'll bring like their hubcaps to sell, or like just random, you know, like used parts or something like you're saying.
Sure.
Which I love to see that, you know. And again, it's something just to like for fun for them to do. But love that. Good one.
Yeah.
All right. And so then I guess like wrapping up, like, would you go back?
Yeah, absolutely. I would definitely go back. We've gone back, and I've gone back quite a few times.
Awesome.
You know, if there's one thing I would go back for, more than one thing, but if there's one thing that comes off the top of my head, you got to go for the food.
Oh, yeah.
You got to go for the food. It is legit, authentic, not even Swap food, but you know, Latin, Polish, American food. It's all so good. And then also, you know, you can go back for, you know, more than the wares, the items that you have, but also just the atmosphere and the environment. On a warm summer day, as we have gone and as I've gone, it's just a fun place to go.
Seriously.
You never know what you're going to find, and then you also never know what you're going to see as well. I have been there.
If you want to go people watching ever,
Don't go to O'Hare. Go to SWAT, baby.
I have
seriously,
been, yeah, I've been
take
there.
some good shoes, comfortable walking shoes.
Yeah,
right?
bring
Just
some shoes.
walk
Bring
around.
some shoes. Absolutely, bring some comfy shoes. I've been there during
yeah.
the Lucha Libre events.
Oh, yeah.
You know, the Lucha. I have personally never seen Lucha Libre,
Man.
and that was a very, very cool experience, and I was not expecting that at
Yeah.
all. So you never know what you're going to see for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Love that so much. Well, thanks so much, Tom.
Yeah,
thanks
thank
for
you so
having me.
much
Coming.
for coming on.
Love that. I want to wrap up kind of with, a little fun. You're a car guy, so
Big car guy.
we have a little wall 3 play and engage here. A little gas or pass.
Gas or pass? Okay, I like
okay.
this.
Alright.
Let's do it.
All right, Beyonce.
Gas.
I'm gonna say Gas. Renaissance
Oh,
was
Gas.
a great album.
What about Bieber?
Gas as well.
He's also
yes.
gas.
was previously not a fan, but Gas.
What about Barbie the movie?
Haven't seen it, so I'm gonna pass.
Me either.
Oh, guys, gas.
Okay, I've heard pass on this recently.
I know a lot of people are 50-50, but
Why?
a lot of debatable topics in there.
Wow. Okay. Maybe that will.
What
be on the
about
list.
Lil Wayne?
Gas.
I mean,
Gas.
yeah, absolute gas.
Sorry.
I think he says Gas. I mean, he was the fireman. Come
Man,
on,
come on.
the fireman.
What about flavored chips?
Gas.
Gas.
Gas. Oh, plain.
Yeah.
A Camaro.
I'm gonna have to pass.
Oh,
I think
wow.
gas.
Sorry about it.
I've
Gonna-
driven one. It was pretty sexy.
I've
Yeah.
driven one as well. It was not great.
Okay, well, yeah,
Okay.
you know.
Yeah.
All right. How about denim on denim?
Gas.
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 Absolute.
Canadian
I love
tuxedo.
A Canadian tuxedo. I love a Canadian tuxedo.
If you rock a Canadian tuxedo out there, please in the comments, in the chat,
We need-
please say yes and
Heck
send
yeah.
email swap a picture or something.
We love that so much. Tag us.
Yeah.
Tag us, yes.
Patrick Mahomes.
I'm gonna have to pass because he's.
I'm
in my
gonna say
division.
gas.
I'm going gas.
Gas.
Baby. Full throttle.
I'm going all the way to the floor.
What about Will Smith?
Pass.
I'm going gas.
I'm going to have to pass.
Really?
Gonna have to pass.
You guys aren't Willies.
I used
Wild
to
Wild
be.
West was one of my favorite movies.
Avocado toast.
Pass.
You're kidding.
Pass.
Pass.
That's got to go.
And when they
Oh
put
my
the
God.
sprouts on it, I'm like,
Already not. The radish.
hey, can I have the
Toast.
toast without the avocado?
Wow. Don't come
No,
don't come knocking here.
Oh no.
How about Apple Music?
Pass.
Pass.
Pass. I'm not a
I just had to even think about what you were
I
asking
know.
me. Yeah, what's that?
it's
Their
not a friendly
playlists-
app. Sucks.
Go to Spotify.
And you pay for it, and
Seriously.
it's like garbage.
I agree. Skinny jeans.
Pass.
Yeah.
As someone who former as,
I
a,
was gonna say
as a reformed skinny jean wearer,
pass definitely for me.
please let your legs breathe. Males out there, females out there, please let your legs breathe. They are being so constricted.
Just give us some moderate tightness.
A
you
boot
know?
cut is
Yeah,
fine.
Yeah. Okay. How about a Ford F-150?
Gas.
I'm gonna go gas too.
For many reasons. How about Rihanna?
Gas.
Yeah.
Gas.
Snickers?
Pass.
I'm going gas.
I'm going pass. That's like my worst.
What? You got
Twix,
everything. You got like the caramel, the nuts, the chocolate.
I don't know.
Hot
So
take.
you
I do
pick-
not like chocolate.
How about Nelly?
Gas.
Yes.
Gas.
For sure.
He's just
How
just
can
gonna
you
live
even
in
be
country
mad
grammar,
about
dude.
Nelly
He
ever?
is just gonna keep touring country grammar until he dies.
Oh
Like,
yeah. Air
love
Force
that.
Ones. I'm literally wearing, for all the people out there that are not watching but listening, I'm wearing Air Force Ones right now. And every time I put them on, I think give me 2 pairs.
I agree. I love
Every
it.
time.
I think grills, but Chick-fil-A.
Gas.
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 I know. I hate to admit it, but gas all the way, full throttle. How about red lipstick?
Pass.
I'm going to have to pass.
Popping pimples.
Gas.
Gas. You have to do that. Yeah. You have to do that.
Would you pop someone else's?
No.
I'm going gas.
Gas.
Yeah. Just sit still.
Don't move.
Oh no.
I love that.
Ugh, me too.
What about Crocs?
I used to go pass, but
Please
now
hold.
I'm gonna have to go gas on
I
them.
don't know.
I feel like
I'm gonna have
I'm
to
gonna
go gas.
gas, but it's like, you know,
Guys, I don't know. I can't.
maybe not for
They are.
us.
I tried a pair on, and I used
They
to
are
think,
comfy.
okay, there
They
are
are.
They
people
are.
lying out there because when they first came out, they got clowned.
Yeah.
But they made $2 billion.
I know.
In like a couple of
know.
years.
They
Someone,
rebranded them just like the Stanley guys. It's all about
someone's out there
re-switching
lying
the audience
and wearing
that these products
Crocs,
are
all
going
right?
to.
I
They're
know.
gas.
Yeah. What about turtlenecks?
Pass.
Gas.
Really? Why are you passing on turtlenecks?
You don't like them?
I don't. I feel like I'm getting choked
on yourself, but what about like
On other
Yeah,
people?
on other people.
Yeah, they're okay. I don't love them either way.
Really?
No, I've never like seen a turtleneck
love
on
it.
someone and been like, oh my gosh.
I'm with you. It's a little claustrophobic when I wear them, but
Yeah.
I feel very sophisticated and smart when I wear one.
Okay.
Put some
I like
glasses,
it.
some
Yeah.
thick rimmed glasses on.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, you
it
conquer
gives
the world.
like Dwayne Johnson look, the Rock look.
Wow.
That's like a very interesting turtleneck look. But like
Wow.
Steve Jobs is like a very like
That's classic.
poised,
Classic
yeah,
look.
turtleneck look. You know.
You know what he doesn't wear? Skinny jeans. Regular dad jeans. See, gotta pull that look off.
What about musicals?
Pass.
Gas. Yeah.
You like singing?
I like singing. I just,
Snooze.
it's okay. I don't know.
Like Grease? You don't like Grease?
No, I love Grease.
Oh, okay.
But like some of them now are just tacky. I'm
know.
sorry.
I gotcha.
The musicals from back in the day.
like The Greatest Showman. Like
Okay, yeah,
that's a good
but
one.
like
that's a good
some
one.
of the
Yeah,
stuff is
if
like
they're well done, they're well done.
stupid.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, what do we think about Red Velvet Cake?
Pass.
Yes.
Gas.
It's delicious. I could use a
Cream
slice
cheese
right now.
frosting. Say less. How about Animal Prints, guys?
Gas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
On the right thing.
And tequila.
Gas.
Margaritas only.
Yeah, I
don't know. I
my
can't by
days
itself
of
anymore,
just
man.
ripping tequila shots are long.
I know.
Long gone.
I used to be like, chilled Patron shot. And I'm like,
No, I don't want it chilled and I don't want it hot. I'll take
thanks.
vodka.
Yes.
Thank you.
Anyways, well, again, Dominic, thank you
Yes.
so much for joining us.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming. Thanks for your insights and thoughts here. Hopefully we'll see you again back on the pod for
Absolutely.
something soon. So,
Thanks for having me
All
as
right.
well. It's
Love
really
that.
been
And-
so much fun.
Rachel Stowski, thank you as well.
You're so welcome, Christina Dukas. As always, if you guys like this episode, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel.
Yeah, and thanks for watching another episode of You
Me
and
The Flea.
See you next week.
Bye.